Good afternoon, Robbie here. I wanted to do a video on the non-glamorous side of trading and the various elements that can burn your head out. Whether you're earning money and you're turning a smaller account to a larger account. I mean, you see fit what is a larger account and a smaller account against sort of where I am today. Last week I was on cloud nine, had a massive week, massive day to be fair. Took advantage of that, and it wasn't just a lot of people have seen that or seen the P&L and see various snippets from the Friday, but it was a month in the making, guys. You know, I've been documenting it from time to time, checking the technicals, checking the news and the fundamentals of that, and where we're going, and we're going to go to war with Putin. And it all sounds glamorous, this trading. Oh, yeah, you know, you just stick a few quid on and have your 1 to 5% rule in my case. You know, a lot of guys floating around. I mean, I've done it myself in Dubai and Maldives and Marbella and everywhere else that we go, and where we're going next week I'll do a little video. But I tell you what, it's not as glamorous as what it seems. And if you're like me and you've got a bit like a dog with a bone, and you've had a few quid or you've earned a few quid in the market, and then you think, right, well, I've lost that, it's no problem, I know I can make it again, which is great. That's probably the right mindset for day trading. But it is challenging, guys. You know, I've got a stinking headache now. I wanted to do this video. There's idiots out there that, you know, float around and basically their chances in the market. You know, they've grown their account up, okay? And if you're one of them that are trying to grow your account up, it's not easy. Believe you me, it's not easy. I got lucky in the bull run, guys, so I was kind of fortunate. I had a good mentor or mentors. You know, again, I've been in business quite a while. I've been in the underworld in my past life, and it's no secret that, you know, I like success. And this was going to be no different. I'd either be quite wealthy from it, or I'd lose an amount of money at it. And I'll very rarely lose in life. Okay, I've done some things that I'm not proud of, which, you know, gave me a passive income in the past. But with this trading game, it's challenging. And if you are earning a few quid and you are compounding, you've got that stress. If you're wanting to turn a small account into a larger account, you've got that stress as well. In my opinion, it is easier with larger capital, because I look at it this way, right? We're all happy to have a house with 100 grand in it or 50 grand in it. We're all happy to have a car, you know, 30, 40 grand on finance or whatever, 20, 30 grand in savings. But when you start looking at the stock market, once I got my head round the leverage, I understood that if I could turn a 10 grand into a 10k into 100, then we should theoretically be able to turn 100 to a mil. Whilst it seemed a long shot at the time, the numbers were still the same. So if you're turning 1,000 into 10, there's no reason why you can't turn a 10 into 100. And me being me with the underworld and understanding kind of, where can we go with this? I used to have a certain lifestyle. I used to live in Ibiza and Marbella and Miami. Where can I go with this to give me a bit of a passive income lifestyle? There's going to be a lot of work involved. Once I got my head around, I didn't need 10 monitors and I didn't need to be sat in Canary Wharf. I was well aware that we wasn't just day traders here. We're the retail day traders at home, sorry. We were not retail traders. Your retail trader that's working from home isn't doing what we're doing on the Yorkshire Stock Trading course. We are trading like professionals. What we are doing in every step of the way, what I've set out is because I've been told by a professional. I've learned snippets from various courses that I've bought and books and so on and so forth. But it was when I was starting to work alongside two of my friends, one in Scotland that's got a hedge fund, and one down south in London. I'm hoping to get him on the chat. Sorry. He's an ex JP Morgan banker called Steve. Very knowledgeable guy. He's got his own hedge fund now, or kind of a low key sort of thing, but he's done it all regulated. And he was talking to me the other day. We were on the phone for 2.5 hours, and he lost me after 5 minutes. I understood a lot of what he was saying, but it was like, wow, you know. Basically, for example, if you had £1 million and you took that from your friends or family, it's not so bad. If you're taking it from someone in the gym or the pub, there's an amount of legality in there, and you can't just give them, say, I'll give you 10% a year like the S&P 500. They don't know what the S&P 500 is, and you have to kind of be a little bit more upfront with them. So yeah, I'm not going to ramble on too much, but it's stressful, this game. And if you're doing it right, even when you've grown your account, like myself, I was happy once upon a time on my 100,000 earning 1,000 a day, right? That's 20% a month. That's 200% in 10 months. Say for example, you have 2 months off for holiday, right? No one's doing that. Believe you me. Say for example, you have £1 million and you can do that. You've got your £1 million in there and you're paying yourself 20 grand a month, for example. Sometimes you earn a lot more than that. I timed the dip because I'd been managing it all of January. I was documenting it on my chat room, key levels, supply and demand, various zones. I'm not going to ramble on too much about it, but it wasn't just random, okay? I've done them in the past. I mentioned Neo on the chat. It was 70%. If you'd have had 10 grand account on IG, you'd have walked away with 7k profit. I walked away with 2%, and it was me that voiced Neo. I said, this looks like a good buy. Gone through the company's fundamentals, and I took 2k because I was busy, but it really annoyed me because I'd have had a big win. I got a big win in Maldives. I think I put that on the chat and on the old Instagram. And these aren't by fluke, guys. You know, the great thing with this, I wouldn't say game, but the trading world is we can be in it to earn a lot of money, i.e. that dip purchase there. If I didn't like it, I could have closed it at a 5 or 10 grand hit. Okay, it sounds a lot of money, and it is, but not over the year when we've been earning what we've been earning. Okay, it's just a hit for that day. If you didn't have your risk management in place and you've let that go into a 20, 30, 50 grand hit, yeah, then it is really going to sting. Possibly affect your account, possibly affect your mental health, possibly affect your home life, maybe even your financial implications if you're relying on that to come in. And listen, I don't know how deep you're going with this. I was fortunate in the bull run because, like I say, I could have pretty much turned 10, 15k. If I'd have left it, it would have probably turned into 80 to 100k. So I did get lucky. I've had a lot of people say that to me, and I hold my hands up. Yeah, I did. I was very careful. I was letting markets pull back, and I was buying the dips on the little pullbacks, waiting, an amount of hours, days, and cutting it and doing the same thing on the high frequency. I was waiting for the minor pullbacks and picking up on them when I was at the very, very early stages. But I had the strategy in place. I understood the high frequency and the swing element of investing or day trading. So yeah, I burnt myself out a little bit. Obviously we are going away, and I'm wanting to use that time to kind of recoup, because if you are earning a lot of money, it can stress you out. If you're losing a lot of money, it stresses you out. If you're happy, okay, trading market opens and getting your little 1% on the chart, great. I like 1 to 5% capital on invested, because it rings true to me that I place a 100k trade. I'm not too concerned about the leverage side of things, because why should I? It has no bearing. If they increased it, I would only decrease the lot size. Okay, I put on 100k. I want 1 to 5%. If they increased it, I would obviously decrease the lot size because I'm happy 1 to 5% on each 100k. Where else can you put 100k per day and potentially profit and loss 1 to 5%? Okay. If I don't like what I see in front of me, I'm not going to trade. If I do, I'll speculate and I'll put my money and my credibility on the line to try and earn 1 to 5% a day. And I'm quite good at reading price action. I'm quite good at market structure. I understand the technical analysis, and I stay within my lane. So myself, if I only ever traded with 100k, I mean, I've slightly increased it by about 40-50% now after 6 months, may I add. If I was to only ever do that, I would be quite happy with 200% a year. Or if you've got your 10k, where else could you put 10k? A lot of people are watching this and might not have 10k, that's fine. And if you have, or you can relate to 10k, where can you put that and get £2,000 a month? That's pretty much a Ferrari 458 or 488 payment a month with sensible mileage, or £500,000 mortgage payment, council tax, and a bit of change left. We're talking about a lot of money, guys. When you get these idiots out there that go on about bloody, I don't earn money in courses, and they're nicking 300 quid and claiming to be millionaires, it's really getting on my tits, really, because they're claiming that they've gone through the trenches, they've learnt the craft. Listen, I'm still learning it, and I've got a bit off, right? Believe you me, I know what I'm doing, but I equally respect my students, I respect where I've come from, I respect where I'm going. I ain't the king of the castle, okay, I was in Dubai and Maldives and saw my pal Zed there, and what a great guy he was, and is, sorry. But you have to be humble in this game and respect the market. Sometimes I might not take a 1 to 5% on because of the market structure. I'll understand that trade that I placed on that dip not so long ago, I was a good way offside, expecting it to bounce in and around 14. Got FOMO because I've been watching it for 2 months. For 4 weeks, well, 2 to 4 weeks. Documented it on the chat, and went in a little early. But I thought, this has got to reverse. It's got to. If I were wrong, I would have obviously used the tools within the Yorkshire Stock Trading course. And thankfully, I let it breathe a little bit. Listen, we're trying to time the market as day traders, okay? It's not easy. Equally, we can use time to our advantage, i.e. that sell-off for the best part of 2.5 weeks. Once it surpassed 14, which I again mentioned on the chat, on my Discord channel, I knew that a reversal could be on the cards. Even if I bought that dipper to cancel out the first entry, it was a possibility. It came in. So listen, I'm not going to ramble on too much about that. I'm going to start doing some blogs and some more videos on the P&L and whatnot. But listen, there's no secret that I've not so much come from money, like old money, not at all. But I've come from a way of life where these numbers don't excite me as much as they would the normal Joe. I am a little idiot that sat behind my computer, that's 21 years old, that's flying around in a rented one series or an M3, or I was doing that when I was a kid, right? Okay, I've got a nice car and a nice van, and I've got the nice toys and the watches, but I've got an amount of credibility. I'm well aware what I can and can't do. I go to the gym, I stay in my lane. I'm a relatable sort of guy. Like I say, I'm not just some jumped up idiot that's posting all crap all over Instagram. I've got a good solid background of business and life and understanding of oops, the do's and do nots. So yeah, hopefully you can relate to this. If you're building that small account up, just listen, it's going to be hard at times. Keep that risk management in place. If you have got a lumpy account, same again, risk management, take your time, be patient, close your laptop from time to time. Don't do the whole market open and, don't gamble. Maybe if you're like myself, you'll do a little bit of market open. I tend not to do. If you do, keep that risk management super tight and trade in the sort of trend and the sentiment. Get a good understanding of what's happening in the world. A lot of my students now, they're getting really profitable, but they're understanding the market. But time and time again, I'm having to relay, say, have you done your homework? What's happening in the new... or what do you... No, I'm asking you, what do you think's happening in the world? I can tell you how to go to the gym because I know how to lift weights. The gym's the easy bit. Pressing a few buttons on a laptop and a few screens is the easy part, guys. Understanding why the trend and the price action and the market structure is acting the way that it does isn't easy. It's a bit like going to the gym's easy bit, lifting a few weights. You've got to start eating 3 or 4 meals, dieting, plenty of water, plenty of cardio. That ain't easy. And to do what we're doing day in, day out, year after year, is not easy. Believe you me, that's why now I've burnt my head out. I'm having a little bit of a ramble. I'm just hoping that you can relate to it, and then maybe it means something, because it isn't easy. Them guys that are doing what I've done in Maldives and this, and it's nice, but it's not really reality. You soon get bored having champagne and steak and caviar every day. You need to be back at work in your environment where you're happiest, where it's the 9 to 5. By all means, have your holidays like I do. Every sort of 4 or 5 weeks I have a break, but it's not easy, guys. But I'm here. Listen, drop me a message on Instagram. Listen, I ain't going to charge you for having a little chat. Try and help you where I've come from and where I'm going. Just this week, I had a bad Monday. Did well on the dip on Facebook. Facebook sold off. I waited and waited. Found a little bit of consolidation area. Found a bit of support. Not really a demand zone. And I went in and got 20% on one trade. That ain't rocket science. Equally, I messed up with the Nasdaq earlier because I'm a little bit all over the place. I've done my money this week. I need to have a reset. I'll manage the charts. I'll manage the news and the fundamentals of that. And I'll understand why I've gone wrong, where I've gone wrong. I've overtraded. I'm trying to get more money and more points. I like me scalping. We all know that that's my thing. And listen, the whole trading game ain't easy. And hopefully I've not scared you off. Just I'm being honest, guys, and saying, listen, I'm doing okay now. I've got to where I want to be. So much so now I'm going to start filtering money from the account. I'd like to go down and see Claire at IG. She's my account manager. Get a little cheesy photo with a check, hopefully, and continue it. But sometimes it doesn't half burn your head out. And if you can continue and push through that, like I did at the early stages, great. But if it gets to you, just close your laptop, guys, down, and just maybe double check the charts and what's happening with various companies, and just have a little breather, or like me, have a holiday. But yeah, all the best, and I hope you can relate.